Hey, greetings and welcome to another episode. Today we're talking about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. We're going to be talking about mentors. Mentors for myself and the people that I've seen around me in my inner circle and the people that I try to continually build with all utilize mentors. And I'm just going to share a quick story with you about the first time I kind of experienced the mentorship, and it just completely transformed my life. You know, I definitely have a long list of stories that I could share with you about all the different ways that mentors have helped transform my life, transform me into being more of the person that I want to be. And, you know, it's definitely a topic that we are going to build on. We're going to break it down from, you know, if you're looking for a mentor, we're going to break down how to find, you know, the right mentors. We're going to break down how to, you know, get as much information as you can out of them. And also important, a lot of people miss, is how to reciprocate back to the people that share the information with you. You know, it might feel like there's stuff that we can't do for them because they're, you know, more advanced or further along in their lives than us, but there's always stuff that we can do. And, you know, we'll talk about different ways to be creative and make sure that we are reciprocating back the gesture that they do or share with us. So as far as my story, the one that I'm going to share with you today, goes back to when I was about 15 years old. I was actually at my grandmother's funeral when I saw my cousin who works as a firefighter, and I wanted to ask him a couple questions. You know, I always saw the fire trucks driving by, I thought they were the coolest thing ever, and saw them at, you know, this grocery store or whatever. And so I wanted to see what he thought about it. You know, he's someone that I idolized. He was like another big brother for me, so we got to talking, and he loved his job like many firefighters do. And I was like, well, how can I get more information? How can I see, you know, what it's really about? And he told me about the Explorer program. The Explorer program is kind of like a branch off the Boy Scouts. It's for young adults from ages, I think, 14 to 21 that want to, you know, experience what the fire service is all about. You know, ride-alongs, training, you know, whether it's medical training, fire training, and you just kind of get the feel of what it really means to be a firefighter. And so as soon as I joined, I was hooked. I was in it for about 3 years, and that's when I started to realize that, you know, things were kind of getting a little out of control for me, a little bit outside of my span of control, I should say. And I took a step back, reevaluated my life, and, you know, realized, you know, of course, my family is important, my job is important, my school is important, and of course the Explorers is important. But out of all of those things, of course, I looked at the Explorer program and figured, I've been in for about 3 years. I kind of learned everything that there is to learn, or so I thought, and I figured, you know what, this is what's going to have to come off my plate because I can't handle it. So I got the courage. I was all ready to go talk to my advisors and break the news to them. And I set them both down, asked them to talk while everybody else is getting ready to, you know, get ready for the meeting and, you know, participate in the training. And, you know, I break down the whole story to them. I'm like, look, my family's important, school, work. I got to make these things a priority so that I can be a success and all these things. And the whole time I'm talking, they're just nodding their head, oh, okay, yo, green the whole time, everything. And as soon as I finished, I knew I was in trouble because he looked right at me and he's like, are you done? And that's just one of those moments where you're like, oh gosh, like what did I just get myself into, right? So he looks at me and is like, are you done? I was like, yes. He's like, okay, good. It sounds like you're requesting to leave the program. And so I, you know, confirmed. I'm like, yeah, you know, started going through my whole thing again. He's like, okay. He's like, well, your request to leave the program has been denied. And I didn't know how to take it. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, I didn't know that was an option or whatever. And he says, you can, you know, get your gear together and participate in the training. That was a good talk, you know. And so as I'm walking out, he kind of takes me under his arm and it's like, look, you know, I know you got a lot going on. I was, you know, at 17, 18 before, and it can feel like, you know, the world's coming apart, but he's like, focus on your time management. He's like, see where you're spending your time, how you're spending your time, and just see if you can fit it. He's like, if you can't, then you can't, but promise me you'll try. So I said, okay, I will. And, you know, fast forward a year, I was still in the program, and I actually got promoted to chief of the program, where now I was in charge of training all of the Explorers, again, 14 to 21 years, and it was awesome. It was where I really first started to develop my love and passion for teaching and speaking with others and just sharing my knowledge with them and helping them transform their lives. You know, there's people that joined the program that knew nothing about the, you know, the fire department or the fire service that now work for the fire department. Some of them work with me at my fire department. And so it's just awesome to see, you know, the influence that you can have on people and how you can really help others. And again, that's what my mentor did for me, and I felt like I needed to reciprocate it and pay it forward when I had the opportunity. So it's a story that, in hindsight, we kind of laugh about it because he even looks at the situation, we talk about it now, and he's like, you know, there's no way I could have done that. He's like, it's a volunteer program, you could have left, but he's like, you didn't. You know, he's like, so I don't regret telling you that, and, you know, of course, I'm thankful for it. You know, that's one of the biggest things about mentors. They, a lot of times, don't tell us what we want to hear, they tell us what we need to hear. And on that day, that's exactly what happened, and it completely transformed my life. You know, I'm a firefighter now, I'm running calls, saving lives, I'm trying to, you know, every day that we're out there, you know, running on structure fires, car accidents, all of those things. And, you know, I think it's a lot of that has been made possible because of my decision to stay. And so, like I said, on this channel, we're going to be building on it, the whole idea of mentors. If you're looking for a mentor, we're going to cover, you know, what you should be looking for in a mentor, but also what you should be doing to prepare yourself for guidance from a mentor. Also, how to get as much information as possible from your mentors. You know, time is important for both, you know, you and your mentor. So utilizing that time to the best of your abilities, and that's something that we're going to cover. And then the last thing that I think a lot of people kind of miss is how you can reciprocate back to them. You know, we always feel like our mentors are way ahead of us, so what can we really do to help them? There's a lot of things, and, you know, even the smallest gestures are appreciated. And even, you know, for you got to think, when someone gives you that little bit of information, it takes 2 minutes out of their time and it can completely change your life. So we'll go over different ways on how you can reciprocate back to them, and just really not just build a mentorship where there's a teacher and a student, but a companionship that you remain friends. You try to, you know, always help each other out, have that accountability system. All of those things we'll get into. But enough of this video. That's my story. Definitely changed my life. I'm thankful for it, and hopefully, you know, some of you can resonate with it and understand the importance to mentors and why we should be seeking them out and how to utilize them. Okay, so look, you know, for those other videos coming out. We'll be covering them real soon. And for this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. Add your comments down below. If you have a story or a pointer on mentors, I want to hear about it. Share it so that everybody can see it and build on it. You know, I'm not the end-all be-all, so I want to hear from you guys. And, you know, don't forget to subscribe for the channel so you can catch those other videos coming up. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys on the next episode. I'm Jonathan, signing out. Peace.